this is Mayur. Welcome to ML Works. Today we'll be discussing what is machine learning, how it differs from traditional programming, and then we'll look at different types of machine learning. So, just to get started, we'll start off with traditional programming. What is traditional programming? For traditional programming, followed by we have machine learning programming for learning, making machines to learn. So, if you consider traditional programming, you can think in terms of addition program. Consider you have an input, okay, and you are writing a program to add, that is your logic, and your programming language can be anything, okay, that is traditional programming, and then you get an output, okay. So here the things which change keep on changing is the input, and the logic will remain same, and we'll keep getting the different outputs based on the input. Consider we have a plus b is equal to c, and here a and b is our input, and then plus is our logic. The output is c. Now in MLP, that is machine learning programming, we don't have one record or anything. We have bunch of records like this I1, I2. Similarly, it will go on for IEN. Okay, and similarly, correspondingly, we'll have some output 1 to output n. Now, these are the bunch of data points are passed to machine learning programming, which is nothing but an algorithm, machine learning algorithm, and it tries to learn how these features. So, input is also known as features here, and this is known as target variable or label. Target variable or label. Now, machine learning programming, what it does is it tries to create a relationship between these features and the target variable. It tries to learn those features, how they are getting influencing the output variable or a target variable or label. So once this machine learning programming learns these things, it creates the logic, whatever the learned logic, right? That is generated here, and this is known as a trained model. Once the model is trained, we have something called as, in machine learning there is a concept called as train and test validation, train, test and validation data set. So will be, once a model is trained on some data points, we'll be testing it out on validation and testing set. So here we have this inputs again, and we'll be predicting using this learned model. That MLP is passed through the MLP programming, then we'll get an output, or also known as prediction. So this is what the whole picture with respect to machine learning. Okay, so once we are done with this one, now it's clear, right? Like what we do in traditional programming is we just write one logic, and whatever the input comes in, it just do the same kind of transformation and you get the output. But in MLP, as the data changes, the model will also change. For instance, going forward, consider these data points are changed, okay, and these new classes are added, then the model will, again, this logic will change completely. But it is not the case for addition. Whatever you do, whatever the kind of output you want, or whatever the kind of input you have, the addition will remain same. 2 plus 2 will always be 4. So that is what difference between what traditional programming and MLP. Next we'll look at different types of machine learning concepts. So now we'll look at different types of machine learning. So we have, okay, so we have types of machine learning, types of ML. First and foremost is supervised. Next we have unsupervised. third and the most challenging one is reinforcement learning. So reinforcement learning. So we'll start off with supervised learning. Then we'll look at an unsupervised. Then we'll talk about reinforcement learning. For supervised learning, it is one of the most simplest way to what to build a model. Consider you have a good quality data. So for this supervised learning, you have a data set, meaning you have features and you also have labels and you have features. So what is features? For example, if you are trying to predict house price, then number of bedroom you have, number size of the house. Okay, all this will be your features. Okay, these will be your features, and house price will be your target or label. So supervised will have this answers to what all these questions. So what is the bedroom size? You have this question, and you have, based on that question, you have this price for that. Okay, so the supervised learning algorithm, it will try to find a relation between these x and y. Okay, so basically we have labels. That is the main part to remember actually. So for unsupervised learning, you have unstructured data which doesn't have any labels. For example, consider you have this Amazon reviews. So some will be talking like positive reviews will be there, some will be negative reviews, but they are not like they have rating system also. But if you want to just based on the comments, if you want to identify if the review is good or not, so you don't have anything like what based on the text you can say that it is good or not. So you have to do something called as unsupervised learning. So you will have some words like what poor, worst product. Okay, so these kind of words will appear in negative review, and there will be like fantastic, amazing. So these are the kind of words will be appearing in positive review. So what, based on these words, the algorithm, unsupervised learning algorithm, what it will do is it will try to cluster them together. Okay, there will be chances where it might fail, but that is the ultimate goal of what unsupervised learning. You have what data set with no labels. For reinforcement learning, we have an agent, okay, and who works under an environment, understanding the environment by learning. So what it does is it will be working under an environment. It will take some actions based on policy. Okay, it will take some actions based on policy, and these actions will lead to reward or penalty. So now initially it will be at state of that agent will be something state 0. Consider once it goes through the policy, it takes some action, and based on the reward or penalty, the state will change. Okay, and once the state is changed, again this it will go through this policy, and again you will go through these actions and reward. You will get reward or penalty, and again the states will change. So in this continuous learning, it will try to understand the environment and take actions and keep updating its state for improvement. So these are the three different types of machine learning you have, and in the next video we'll be talking about different types of algorithms under each of these kind of machine learning type. So if you find this video helpful, please do subscribe. Thank you.